With a commanding win over the Panthers on Sunday, the Broncos moved to 5-3 overall, and Bo Nix becomes the winningest rookie QB in franchise history.
Nix rolls to his right, throws it in the flat sidearm. Jaleel has it. Jaleel to the goal line. Did he get in? Yes, touchdown Denver. When you see this throw by Bo Nix, he was looking in the end zone, the north end zone. Jaleel was in the flat on the right, and he sidearmed that thing. I don't think he even looked at Jaleel, but it was right on the money, and Jaleel smartly got the football to his left hand, which was inside the pylon, and that is a Denver touchdown.
Hey Broncos country, I'm Lori Lattimore-Volkman, and this is The Roundup. Dismantling of the Saints in New Orleans, where yours truly was in attendance. Broncos got a nice win over the lowly Panthers on Sunday, moving Denver firmly into second place in the AFC West and fifth place overall in the AFC.
Young looks left, throws that way. Coker goes up, but is brought down by McLaughlin. Pocket clean, throws behind the receiver and picks. Intercepted by Pat Surtain. Potentially a double pass. Empty in the bag. Franklin throws. Michael Burton there.
Despite the win and some pretty nice stats from Bo Nix on Sunday, Sean Payton wasn't too happy.
Pleased we got the win. We can't keep turning the ball over. That's frustrating. And I didn't like how it finished, but we're still not playing our best football. But again, like I said at the onset, I'm pleased we got the win.
Payton isn't happy because he knows that 2 wide receiver fumbles, a bunch of dropped passes, and some pretty lazy defense at the end is not going to cut it against a better team.
And so the turnovers bothered me. The late drive and how we played defensively bothered me. And look, I just think that what's the bar? What's the expectation? And it has to meet or exceed mine.
And those expectations are pretty high. In fact, during a little scuffle with Panthers cornerback J.C. Horn after the game, who was complaining that Broncos ran up the score, Sean Payton had only a few words.
Play better.
So imagine how he feels about his own team. They definitely better play better.
You know, the most important thing is that their expectations can't be lower than mine. In bigger games than this, some of those mistakes are going to cost us. So we've got to take care of that.
And that better team comes this weekend against the Baltimore Ravens.
So this is one of those teams, obviously, that we've seen in the postseason and playing late in the postseason for a reason. John does a great job. He has for a number of years.
Nix is absolutely okay with his coach's high standards.
You got a coach that really believes in his players and believes in his team. High standards for a coach, to me, is the ultimate sign of respect for a player. He sees something in our team, and now we got to, be able to execute and go out there and, have the high standard like him.
Payton does like how his team is progressing and believes there are no rookies anymore. And he definitely believes his quarterback is making the progress that he should. In fact, that rookie QB was named NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Month for October.
The open man, he finds him down the sideline, goes Franklin.
With one hand was the end. Superman's over the pile. Touchdown. Nix gets out of trouble. Nix. He's going to try to keep it himself. Nix throws off the arm strength, but one-handed shows the speed. Fires. Caught. Touchdown, Broncos.
And McLaughlin into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
All of these are steps, confident steps. The key is around them. Are we good enough at these other positions around them?
Through the first 3 weeks of the season, Nix had 1 rushing touchdown, 0 passing touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. 5 weeks later, however, he's added 3 more rushing touchdowns, plus 8 in the air for a total of 12. Just 1 less than Jaden Daniels. And over that 5-week span, Nix had only 1 more interception.
Who leads all NFL rookies with offensive touchdowns right now? Is it Jaden Daniels?
No.
Do you know who it is?
Mr. Beauregard Nix.
Bo Nix.
No way.
He's got 12. Wow. 8 in the air, 4 on the ground, and the 4 on the ground leads the team in rushing touchdowns.
That's right. I'm going to have to pick him up.
He had a career high in completions, completion percentage, passing yards per attempt, passing touchdown, and passer ratings against the Carolina Panthers. He's the first quarterback in Broncos history to have 3 or more passing touchdowns, 1 or more rushing touchdowns, and no interceptions in the game. Elway didn't do it.
I want him to take on a winning personality. I want him to take on a personality that understands what wins in our league. I say this all the time. Confidence is born only from demonstrated ability. Do I feel like we're a more confident team today in October than we were when we started the season? Absolutely.
As the focus moves to the Ravens, there's no part of the Broncos' execution that can be weak this weekend.
Look, it's still a team game. You know, each aspect of it's important. You know, if we're not on the field long, there's more stress on the defense, and vice versa. And so, but it just doesn't end with their running game. They're throwing the ball very well down the field, and their red zone numbers are at the top of the league. So there's a lot more than just that one element, but of course that's an element.
Nix knows it will be a tough game, but he says the Broncos will be ready.
So we know it's going to be a physical football game. We know that they're going to, be really ready to play. They've kind of hit their stride, and we just got to be good in all phases of the game. We got to do a good job running the ball. We got to stay good on early downs. We got to stay out of third and longs, and we just got to execute the play that's called. We're going to have a good plan, and ultimately, we got to match it. We know what it's going to be. We got to match the intensity, the passion, and the physicality that they're going to play with. And I'm excited for the challenge because these are the type of games that you go through and you play, and they're extremely difficult and they're hard at the moment, but when you get out of them, you grow a lot as a player. You learn a lot about yourself, about your team, and ultimately going on the road and competing and winning a game like this is special for an organization too. So it's not going to be easy, but we're going to be ready.
Pat Surtain says the team is getting mentally prepared for this 2-game road stretch, beginning with the Ravens and finishing with the Chiefs. Couple of tough games ahead.
I just think we're very prepared mentally. Just going throughout the midst of the season, things we've overcome, and obviously we know the challenge at hand these next couple of weeks. This time of the year is very critical as far as getting to that next step, to that next stage, and we're prepared for this opportunity. We know what the road ahead looks like, and we just got to keep on building the building blocks and set us up for success at the end of the day.
And Surtain doesn't want the fans counting out the Broncos for the 2 toughest teams they'll face this year.
Yeah, we know the opponent at hand, but we're not trying to make it bigger than what it is, I think if everybody do their 111 on their side of the ball, that sets us up for success at the end of the day. We know Baltimore a good team, but we believe in ourselves as well, too, defensively and offensively as a whole team. So, it's going to be one of those physical games, but once we set our minds to it and we prepare the right way, we should be able to come out with the result on our favor in the ball game.
Love the confidence. Go Broncos.
This is a tiebreak game, and you laugh all you want. Oh, no, the Ravens are the Ravens. They won 5 in a row, that they're one of the best teams in the National Football League, and the Broncos, you could just steamroll them. The number of times that you think you're going to just steamroll the Broncos and then they beat you over the last 6 weeks, you've been wrong 5 times. The Broncos have won 5 of they started 0-2, and they have won 5 of their last 6, and I'm telling you, I remember week 1, the amount of crap I got when the Broncos got beat in Seattle, and I'm like, there's a lot to like about Bo Nix, and I just got roasted by Broncos Nation. Let's ride. I got rode.
Broncos country.
And hung up by Broncos country. They're 5-1 since starting 0-2.
Blah, 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 blah. As the focus shifts to the Ravens. Blah, blah. As the focus shifts to the Ravens. Shifts is a bad word. As the focus moves on to the Ravens, there's no part of the Broncos game that can be weak this weekend. Blah, 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 blah. As the focus moves on to the Ravens this week, there's no part of the Broncos. Pat Surtain said the team is getting mentally prepared for the Ravens, but also Pat Surtain says the team is getting mentally prepared, not just for the Ravens this weekend, but for the 2-game road stretch that happens following. Jeez. 50 takes on that one sentence.
So you think the Broncos can beat the Ravens?
I kept saying, I was like, who writes shifts as a word you have to say on film? That was a terrible idea. And then the next time when I moved it, like moves on to the raisins, like, oh my goodness, I cannot speak in the morning.